Parliament TV, bringing Parliament closer to you.
Keep watching Parliament Television, a station that brings Parliament closer to you.
MP's Diary, this Thursday at 08:35 hours, features Munali MP, Honorable Mike Mposha. Join Paulson Ndovi as he brings out real issues from your constituency. MP's Diary, every Thursday on Parliament Radio and Television. MP's Diary, bringing real issues from your constituency.
Thank you so much for joining us on Parliament Television and Parliament Radio. Your favorite program is back on your screens and on your airwaves. And we're talking about MP's Diary. My name is Paulson Ndovi. If you've been following us, you know that we've touched quite a number of constituencies dotted across the country just to bring to your attention some of the challenges and successes that these constituencies do face. And we've interacted with quite a number of members of Parliament. My sign language interpreter for today is Chola Kauma. And remember, this is an interactive program. We shall open the phone lines where you, our viewers, will be able to interact with us live on air. Today, we host a very strategic constituency. It hosts one of the biggest learning institutions in the country, and we're talking about the University of Zambia. Recently, we saw the commissioning of the Levi Medical University as well, and the famous NRDC. I did say that is very strategic, and I play host to the area member of Parliament from that constituency. We're talking about Honorable Mikey Mposha. Honorable, thank you so much for finding time. I know you have a very busy schedule, but we're glad that you could find time and interact with the people that gave you this mandate.
Thank you, Paulson. Thank you for inviting me to be on your program. And good morning to our viewers and listeners. I suppose we are both on TV and radio.
Definitely, we are on both television and radio. Not forgetting our Facebook page as well. Those of you that are watching us on our Facebook page, like our page, let us know where you're watching us from. And you can also make use of that facility to send in your comment or question to the Honourable Member of Parliament for that particular constituency. Maybe let's begin. How has been your experience? You've been a councillor before, and you've worked in foreign service as well. I'm sure you have this wealth of experience. How's been the 1 year plus you've been in office as Munali Member of Parliament?
Well, it's been good, but it's also been challenging. But obviously, I had to take advantage of my experience, having started from, like you've said, from local government, having served as a councillor for 5 years in Munali constituency, but also during the same time I served as deputy mayor of Lusaka. I also served as mayor of Lusaka in 2006. before I went into foreign service, and then now as Member of Parliament. So I've had to take advantage of that experience and also the fact that I have lived in Munali constituency almost all my life.
Okay.
When I came from the village during my primary school stage, the first place I entered in Lusaka was Munali constituency, and I settled there. So it's like my second village, if you like. So I know Munali very well, and also having been raised there from primary school, secondary school, tertiary, and up to my family life stage, I know the challenges, and using that experience, I had to quickly settle as Member of Parliament and begin to address these challenges. But also the fact that in 2016, I attempted to contest as Member of Parliament. I wasn't successful. And most of the issues, most of the challenges in Munali constituency, I was speaking to them during the campaigns. Then 2021, I went back and spoke about the same challenges and how I thought I would be a better person to represent the people of Munali and address those challenges.
Okay.
So we have started addressing those issues that we identified and which also the community have been grappling with. We have started to attend to them.
Definitely. We also took a tour of your constituency just to appreciate some of the successes and challenges that the people of Munali face. Your constituency was created in 1973, and to date it's got about, is it 6 wards?
Yes.
Yeah, about
yes.
6 wards in your constituency. The constituency has produced quite a number of notable names that have served the people of Munali before you, Honorable.
Yes.
Remember the late Mainza Chona,
Yes.
served the people of Munali. We also had the late President Rupia Bwezani Banda, served the people of Munali. Simeon Kapata served the people of Munali. Others, the great Minister of Finance then, Ronald Penza, did save. And not forgetting Sonny Mulenga, Edith Nawakwi. We also had Madam Mumbipiri who served.
Yes.
And later on we saw Professor Nkandolo serving the people of Munali. Where do you draw the inspiration from these great names that I've highlighted?
You see, development is continuous. I think I draw my inspiration from the foundation that was laid by almost all of them. Each one of them played their role, and mine is to build on whatever they could have done. And over time, there are new challenges that come on board. If you look at the time the constituency was created in 1973, the population of Munali was not as it is now. And also the developments that have come on board, and also the challenges that have come as a result of the population growth obviously cannot be compared to the time in the 70s, in the 80s, or indeed in the 90s. But anyway, to build, what is important is to build on the many issues that others have, the many issues that others had attempted to address. I had an opportunity to serve with Honorable Sonny Mulenga as his youth chairman then. And I see him as one of those who attempted, to really change the face of Munali, the first 2 years of his tenure. We had mountains of garbage in Munali constituency. And he came in, historical mountains, not heaps. We're talking about mountains. We had garbage accumulating almost closer to the pole of the Zesco, the height of the Zesco pole. Because over the years, people are just dumping, and, garbage was accumulating. This is not an exaggeration. We had roads that were impassable for many years. And when we campaigned with him, he promised that I was going to change the face of Munali. And true to his word, he went in, and for him, he was using personal money. I remember very well because I was one of the anchors of that program as his youth chairman. He brought in a contractor called Agente Transport with tippers and front-end loaders to clear the garbage using his own money. He didn't wait for government funds.
So we can safely say that's your role model.
So in a way, I think I liked the way the energy with which SP had started serving the people of Munali. Later on, I worked with Edith Nawakwe as a councillor, and there are many programs that, as a councillor, I'd rolled out. And one of the things that I'd promised the people of Munali was that if I don't clear the historical garbage, that was around 2002, if I don't clear the mountains of garbage around Kaunda Square, you must never trust me. So I went in, put in a program with Lusaka City Council. We cleared all the heaps of garbage, and for the first time in a long time, we opened up the road between Kaunda Square and Chamba Valley, which had been blocked for many years, because people just started, using it as a dump site. So we cleared that, and eventually, the government saw it fit to even tar that road. Now it's even a tarred road, but that's a road that had been impassable for a long time.
So those are the successes that you made as a councillor back then, and today, our area of focus, we want to see what you've done and what you're yet to do for the people over Munali. We did take our cameras and microphones to a ward called Chakunkula Ward in your constituency and caught up with Mr. Cosmas Piri. And Mr. Cosmas Piri is a chairperson of the Ward Development Committee, and highlighted quite a number of challenges that are being faced in that constituency. Just take a look at this.
Yeah, we have various challenges that we are facing. Of course, one of them is water. Water reticulation is not enough. We have been promised that the Millennium Challenge Water Development Program will start soon, but nothing has happened. So that's another challenge on water. And of course, we have a number of projects, community projects that we listed to be done in Chakunkula. Roads, then police posts, because we have a number of thefts in Chakunkula, then also health issues. So among the projects that we listed for development in Chakunkula, we have only been given 2 projects this year. It's for the road that is being done by ZNS as at now. This road that you see here is being done by ZNS, and also we have a program of supplying school desks. Those programs have been approved already. But other projects that we are waiting for, we have Madimba Bridge there that connects Kamanga and Cheston area. There's that stream that we need to have a bridge, and we submitted that. That is not done yet. And we also have challenges of classroom blocks because of this issue of free education, which we appreciate, everyone is appreciating the number of enrollments. So we have challenges with the classroom blocks, and we listed that we need more classroom blocks. But this year we don't have any approved projects for classroom blocks. Hoping next year it will be done.
Well, there you have it. That's the Chakunkula Ward Development Committee Chairperson, Mr. Cosmas Piri, just highlighting some of the challenges that people of that particular ward are facing. Maybe your quick reaction to those concerned issue to do with water.
Yes.
You also highlighted police posts, roads as well, and we did see the hybrid Irish road being worked on. What's your quick reaction?
Thank you. Yeah, actually the WDC chairperson, Cosmas Piri, was on point. It's true that these are among the challenges that our people are faced with there, including garbage, the issues of garbage and poor drainage system. The Irish road, which you captured during your tour, this is a road that is a key link between, Charleston, Kamanga compound, going into Chamba Valley and other places of the constituency like Kaunda Square. And it was in a very, very bad shape. So it's one of the roads that we had to start with under the CDF community projects. And I'm happy that it has taken shape. We are yet to finish it. We are almost 60%, 65% complete. We want that road to have proper drainages. It will act as a good link. It will also act as a way of draining a road which will drain traffic from the district road, which is the Kalimba Farm Road, for those who are coming from Charleston and wanting to connect to the other part of the constituency. But there are many more other roads that we need to do.
Will that road be tarred, Honorable?
No, no,
the
no,
Irish road?
no.
Because the question that we got from the people, they wanted answers.
No. Under CDF, you know, tarring a road 1 kilometer is extremely expensive. Per kilometer, it's expensive, and I don't think that CDF money would be sufficient to put up tarred roads. So I want to tell the people of Munali constituency, and these are the questions that I also get most of the times. The roads that we are working on will be improved gravel roads. Other than the traditional, gravel roads where you just put laterite and just compact, we are putting laterite, compacting, and we are putting crushed stones on top and compact. So there'll be quite smooth road, not much dust because we're putting crushed stones, but they will not be tarred.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're doing that Irish road, and I'm very happy that we picked on that road because it's a very important road for the people in that area. We have also picked a police post to address the security concerns around the Kamanga area, and that is the police post is the process of procuring it is ongoing, and very soon we hope that we can finish it and give the people of Kamanga a police post. Yes, we need to put up a bridge.
So what's your target for the police post and the road? When do you expect these projects to be completed?
I can only set the targets once the procurement process has been done. We need to procure, we need to have a contractor in place, then we can have the targets. For now, what we need to deal with first are the primary issues to have a contractor in place.
Okay.
Yeah, if I set a target now, before we procure, we get a contractor, I think I'll be misleading the people. Let's see how fast we can move with the procurement process. Then we need also, later in the 2023, we are hoping that we can do the Madimba Bridge, which is another link from the main Charleston into the Charleston extension in Madimba area there. Again, I want to promise the people that they chose that project, but because we had to spread the resources with the other needy areas in the constituency, under the 2022 we couldn't accommodate them. So in 2023 we are looking forward to doing the Lubwe Road, which is coming from ZNS, going all the way through Chamba Valley, across up to Kabwiku area into District Road, which is Kalimba Farm Road. Another road which is going to run parallel with the Irish Road. Mm-hmm. Then we are going to have the Madimba Bridge. Then we also want to see if we can have 1 or 2 classroom blocks at Kapuyomba School.
Okay, the issue of water. You are minister. You're privileged to to be in that office, and people are complaining in terms of water articulation in your constituency. What plans do you have for the people?
Very good, very good. I'm a minister for the whole country, so honestly, I wouldn't tilt the whole budget of the ministry to deal with the problems of Munali constituency alone, because the needs of water in Mwandi, the needs of water in Nkana constituency, in Kamfisa, in Kalomo are as important as the needs of water in Munali constituency. So I have to strike a balance.
But the people of Munali gave you the mandate before you became a minister.
Yes, indeed.
So and they need to share.
Yes, we are doing that, and I want to emphasize here that we are encouraging members of parliament, including myself, to ensure that we prioritize issues of water and sanitation using the CDF. But let me say this, in Munali there's been a great improvement in terms of water supply. The Kamanga area, where the The chairperson talked about the water issues. Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company is currently connecting the people of Kamanga, area with water. I think the issue that has been there is they're complaining about the bills, that the bills are quite high. They are being charged over 100 kwacha and like that. So we are trying to look at that. I think I've received a lot of... The water in Kamanga has improved. If you are to do a deeper survey before 2021 and now, you find that the water supply has improved in Kamanga area. The water has improved in Mtendere East. When you go to Mtendere East, you open the taps there, you'll be shocked the amount of pressure of water they are having. I was there even yesterday. We were commissioning the sewer connections and had the chance to walk around a few houses around Kalikiriki. I was there last week. The pressure is so good. Actually, what we are now trying to address in those communities is the misuse of water, because you find even before the rain season, we had a lot of water, running off into the different roads, like we were already in the rain season. Because now everybody is using water, they are leaving the taps running, and we're trying to address that. This water is being pumped in that area at a huge cost. It's being treated at a huge cost. And I'm happy that Lusaka Water and Sanitation Company they've come up with a model where the people, where they are, the places where they clean plates and the kitchen utensils, they are being given a facility there which drains the water to go back into the sanitation system in Mtendere East. What I'm confirming here is that there has been an improvement in terms of water supply. In Charleston, I remember also getting a few calls mid this year, where people said, oh, we are very happy because the water, Kalingalinga, they will tell you the same. But the issue is, where is this improvement coming from? When we took over, we had to run and finish off one project called Kafue Bulk project, which costed us $150 million to finish that project. And when we commissioned it, and it was commissioned by His Excellency the President, I'm very grateful that the President is very passionate about this sector, is very passionate about issues of water and sanitation. So he came through and commissioned that project. This project has added to the daily demand of water in Lusaka by 50,000 cubic meters. So most of the areas that have actually benefited from this project are Kamanga itself, Charleston area, so basically the eastern region of Lusaka, part of it, Mtendere East, and to some extent Matero.
All right,
Matero.
I know we do have quite a number of issues that we need to tackle. At some point, I'm sure we'll get back to the issue to do with. I know you're passionate about water because that's your ministry. And the number that we are using, this is an interactive program. The number that we're using, if you wish to take part, is 07728322122. The SMS line that we're using is 0978772801. Better still, you can also like our Facebook page, the National Assembly of Zambia, and let us know where you are watching us from. Let's see if we have a caller on 07728322122. All right, we don't seem to have somebody on the line.
Okay, so in that case, let me just run through the challenges. I wanted to, other than just sticking to the issue of water.
We do have quite a number of clips that we'll be able to share. I'm sure as we proceed, you'll be able to respond.
So I wanted to speak generally now in the constituency. So the challenges that I found that we've been trying to speak to issues of bad roads.
Okay, we'll get to that, Honorable. Okay. It's a cocktail of issues. Yeah, we do have somebody on the line. Let's see if we have somebody. You're live on MP's Diary. Make sure that you turn down the volume on your radio or television set when you call us. That's the only way we'll be able to communicate. Good morning. Do us a favor by reducing the volume on your gadget. Yeah, it's a bit tricky for you to communicate with us when your volume is too high on your television or radio set, wherever you are. Make sure that the volume is lowered. You're live on MP's Diary. Your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Mule calling in Cheston.
This is Mulenga.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Mulenga, calling us from Charleston. What's your contribution? I'm with the Honorable Member of Parliament for Munali.
Good morning, Honorable.
Good morning, Mr. Mlenga. How are you?
Fine. Me, I'm at Kunkula Ward. I just want to give your attention to the road. Road Jakamanga, the Makoto was a park road. I think the firm that in the killing the lake with the road. I'm not picked up. In the Makoto was the road. I'm not talking about some Jamus on a photo of the park. Another road, Kakawi to Kaja. Greatest man, my past year picture. You can manage conditions. So I'm going to America. The Juba window, who found a square.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. I'm sure the honourable member has noted your concern and will be able to respond. Let's get a set of three. Okay. You'll be able to respond to those. The number that we're using is 077-2832-122. We do have somebody on the line already. You're live on MP's Diary. This is what we're talking about. You'll be unable to get us if your volume is. Kindly reduce the volume on your set.
Hello.
Help us.
Chosani koni volume kuchilimba uko, please.
Yes, please.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
This is the Reverend from.
Yeah, now you see you're making the honorable member start taking a role of a presenter.
Good morning.
Good morning, Reverend. Good morning.
Yes, please.
Reverend, where are you calling us from?
I've heard you've got the compassion with that constituents, and may God continue blessing with your compassion. I know the people, they made the right choice. That is the people, the type of leadership we want in this country. May God continue blessing them.
Thank you so much, Reverend, for that sermon. We appreciate it. And let's get another caller on 077-2832-122. You're live on MP's Diary. Our guest today is Honorable Mposha as we look at his constituency today. Your name and where are you calling us from? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
My name is Victor.
Mr. Victor, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Kitwe.
From Kitwe. We're discussing Munali constituency. What's your question or contribution?
My contribution is that I've been following what the honorable member and the minister what she is saying. But my wonder is the minister is saying that he knows about the water problems in his constituency. And then the people voted for him so that he can handle those issues. But then he's saying that he's making roads. So now why not prioritize the water problems in his constituency? Then those roads can wait. Because even those feeder roads he's making, those things are just, I can say, short-term things. Because nobody necessarily, those things will be washed off, or maybe they won't even be as strong as they can be. So now why not prioritize the water problems in his constituency? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Somebody calling us all the way from Kitwe. They appreciate for your contribution. And before you respond, Honorable, you did talk about you being raised up in Kaunda Square. And as a young boy, I'm sure you had to play some football with your peers back then. We went to Kaunda Square grounds, and what we saw there, we were not happy. Our cameras and the microphones did interact with a coach coaching an academy soccer team there, and what they want is your attention to make sure that that ground is upgraded and it's brought to a standard that is acceptable. Let me not preempt the coach. Let's get to our cameras and our microphones and hear from this gentleman.
My full names are Maybin Chomba Chiluya. I was born here in Kaunda Square, raised here in Kaunda Square. I'm currently interim coach for Wembley Delta Soccer Academy. Yes, Wembley Delta Soccer Academy plays here at Kaunda Square ground. We've been playing here from 1996. Yes, we would appreciate if government or through the MP could help us by grading the ground or upgrading it. from whatever it is to another level. Vakaigrade chabe, or at least something chevanga chiteko chabe. White kamba, so this ground imachita field 4 teams. The 4 teams that it fields, it means on an average we have about 100 guys that we pull from the streets. You know, the kind of training that we give these guys, it takes them away from substance abuse like alcohol and drugs. Yes. So training yeti mawapasa abantu siwanga ende na kumova. So such that mukatitandiza pano, it's not only helping a few teams, you are helping about 100 homes here in Kaunda Square. So wakatitandizako batigrade lako yankara straight because the boys are prone to injuries. They are prone to injuries, they cannot play their best because grounds na surface sichita allow. Yeah, but at least bakatingenelako batitandizako batigrade lako che surface, you know, mkayangara kapinga pano ni jairi imera eka. If it's in the project, in the budget, we would appreciate that they implement. Ngasiri in budget, whatever it is that they can do for us, we appreciate. Yeah, because it means the 100 boys that I'm talking about, the number will actually increase. You know, we have now boys coming from different areas at the end of Kaunda Square. But they need to be motivated when the Kaunda Square kuchitachani. You know, they come here, ground Kaunda Square. It motivates the boys. It gets them off the streets. That's our main goal as coaches. We are parents, kuno. Tifuna vaje vantu vachitebwanji, vanasheko mova.
Wow. There you have it. Honorable, I know we've received quite a number of phone calls, a set of 3. Yes. You'll be able to respond, but I would want you to begin with your response from the clip that we've aired. I know you have at your disposal quite a substantial amount in terms of CDF, but many of the times we hear members talking about major projects, giving grants, loans, doing roads, but these are small things that have huge impacts to the community in terms of academies in various wards.
You are right, and we've already planned for this. And what I want to appeal to the residents of Monali is when we call for meetings, it's important that people come and listen to what plans their members of parliament have. Because when you look at that request, it's a very good request, but it's coming at a time when we've already communicated to the people. We've been singing this song that we have already picked Kaunda Square ground, we've picked Mtendere Mahatma Gandhi ground, Mahatma Gandhi ground, Mahatma Gandhi school ground, we've picked Mukolo ground in Kamanga compound, we've picked Karikiriki ground in Karikiriki, 4 football grounds, which we are going to upgrade, not just grading. We are plowing there. We're going to plow, raise the playing surface so that, because what normally happens during rain season, the water gets stagnant on the pitch because of, over time, the ground has lost the soil and, so water, remains stuck there. So we are leveling the ground, raise the surface, plant grass, and we're going to have boreholes there so that during dry season we are able to water the lawn which we are going to plant. We want in the next 1 year, next 2 years, all these grounds I've talked about, I want them to be green, and we need to work together with the communities.
What about netball? From what I'm getting, it's like a girl child is neglected.
No, not at all. In fact, not for the girl child. Thank you, sorry to cut you. For the girl child, we also realize that the girls in most of these communities, they've been inspired by the girls' national team, football national team. So in our communities, we are having a lot of girls playing football as well. So we are concentrating on football for the boys, football for the girls, but as well as netball. So these facilities will also, we want to expand to also take care of netball, but also the football team for the girls.
Let's get to the calls that we received. I'm sure you're taking note of those concerns.
So for the calls, Mr. Mlenga, thank you very much for the observation. He was talking about the potholes on the district road. So the district road is popularly known as Cautex Road or Karimba Farms Road. We have actually already started working on that road. I had discussions with the director engineering at Lusaka City Council, who by Wednesday last week, they had already pushed in a compactor and some asphalt to start mending the potholes, but the compactor had developed a fault. I want to believe that it has been fixed, and give us the next 2 weeks. Most of those potholes, the assessment has already been done, and I already communicated to the residents of that area. So the potholes are being worked on. Thank you, Reverend. I didn't pick his name. Thank you for your words of encouragement. For Victor from Kitwe, why not prioritize the issues of water? You see, development, you cannot just focus on one issue. I know water is important, sanitation is important, trading places in all our wards, these are important issues. So we are tackling all these issues. We are tackling the issues of water, and I've mentioned here that the areas that had water blues, the eastern part of Lusaka, which covers mostly my constituents, we didn't have proper water supply in Kamanga before August 2021. Now there's an improvement. We didn't have water connections in Mtendere East before August 2021. Now most of the houses are being connected. They just need to pay 175 kwacha. They are connected to the network, and they have good pressure. Okay. So there has been some improvement, but as much as I'm attending to the issues of water, it's also important to deal with the issue of road network, because 3-4 months ago, in fact 3 months ago, if you went into Mtendere, the cry was about the roads. If you went to Karikiriki, the cries of the people were about the poor road. In that area where you went to in Chamba Valley area, the Irish Road, that road, if you had a small car, even a 4-wheel drive, you would struggle to pass, because those roads are just been turned into drainages which were just carrying water during rain season.
What about the Mutendere Road, more especially just at the market, the famous place called Stick, where they sell charcoal? It's a thorn.
So let me finish this point. So the roads are important, because if you have a patient in a home, how will an ambulance get to your house to pick a patient? How will the taxi get to your home to pick the patient? So we need to work on the roads, so that when you are knocking off late from work, you are using a taxi, you are using Yango, or whatever mode of transport, you must be able to get to your home. We also want people to be jogging on these roads, because now we have a lot of non-communicable diseases because people are not exercising. How do you exercise? How do you jog on a bad road? So we want to improve the road network, even deliveries of groceries. There are so many home shops along those roads, I'm sure you saw, where you went to pick some clips. But, you know, groceries, mini meal and other, you know, foodstuffs, delivery trucks could not reach those shops because the roads were very bad. But now we have opened up, and when you drive there, everybody is clapping, and they're even telling me now we can even feel the fresh air. So the roads are as important as water and other things. So the people of Munali have not said they don't care about roads, they only want water. No. They want water, they want roads, they want security issues to be addressed, they want garbage issues to be sorted out, they want issues of inadequate classroom accommodation to be addressed. All these issues must be addressed, and we are attending to them.
All right, still on the roads, we did visit Kalikiliki and caught up with 2 women, and shared with us and some positive messages that did come from that particular ward. And let's head to Kalikiliki and just hear from these 2 women.
Timvera bwino pangani ya rodi evamba kutipangira maezi ya kumbuyo tenzovutika maningi monga pali nkhani ya rodi. Mabasi senze kufika, mataxi mkabuking abakusira nche kusalama rodi yanu siri bwino, koma pali no time timvera bwino chewe bachita bapitirize basirizise bapange tamaki noti baperere pamene apa na madrenaji batikire manzi ezotingerera mu nyumba tezokanga kugona bwino mamatress y'abana enze kunana, but pali no time akatisira vonse vinchitamvera bwino tiamikira pali government veyo atishitira drainage basirizise mavuto enanga okay monga kani ya manzi sitingadanda ule manzi si amaenda yaliko through time manzi timankala tisebenzesa makamaka polisi pali polisi peve tifuna maningi polisi pevasenza pa mlodi na polisi vakuchiteposo cha bati mangireko polisi na hospital
mwamene kulili monga kuno kumtendere nena nkalako kuchoka mu 93 pamene anako develop ni pamene apa pamene aona kwa change yambo chitabwa yamba kuchinja but kuno kumtendere vaitira kingani vambiri maningi tina problem ya manzi tina problem ya malodi monga mwamene mwaonera so kuno lyankala lodi tawi itali yoipa maningi malodi stands ofika kuja kujeke wenza chivalira kamba ka lodi yoipa so apa mwamene kwambo nkalira ko soti ya mikira kuti baba bamene baliko manje batitandizeko so awe tizachita appreciate otherwise vaipitirize chabe tamaki ifike paka ku last kuja so that nice transport itichepekereko kuti ngirango tienda kuja kuma plot tikazenda ko bwino mamotoka siyezopita kunezopita che ku PHI so ngatifuna kukwera mabasi tichoka kuno paka ku PHI kuti wende kuma plot maona ila futi kwenze ko serukira ngati wafika kuma plot tevena ngutezo nkala kujeke ndiye kuli ma families kwati mabando kusia kuja kutala ijaidi kuja so enzo nkala yotivutira.
Those are the voices and visuals coming from Karikiriki and Mutendere. Hold your thought, Honorable. Let's accommodate a set of 3 calls so that at least you'll be able to respond to those concerns that the callers will raise. The number that we're using is 07728321222. We have somebody on the line. This is MP's Diary. You're live.
Hello.
Your name and where you're calling us from?
Okay, this is Regan Kawewe.
Mr. Kawewe, where are you calling us from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Munari.
Munari.
Yes.
What's your contribution?
Good morning.
Good morning, Honorable.
Morning.
Okay. I want to appreciate the work that Honorable.
Mr. Kawewe, kindly speak up.
I want to appreciate the work that the Honorable is doing in Munari. Yeah, so I was born in this previous government. They never helped us anyway. But we really appreciate the work that the Honorable Mike Posha is doing. We are so happy, sir. Mulungu akudalise nimutandalize vambiri Honorable. So far so good. Tukuyamikirani kwambiri tuona manzi yambo kutandizira manzi kutandizira kuli marodi yantuona yani sanze bwino mutandizira kwambiri maningi Honorable.
All right, we'll request that you conclude so at least we can accommodate other callers as well.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Make sure that you're brief with your question or contribution. We want to accommodate as many calls as possible so at least the member can respond to your concern. Remember, it is an interactive program where you, our viewers and our listeners, are able to give us feedback. You're live on MP's Diary. Your name and where you're calling us from? Unfortunately, we had to drop that call because you're not abiding to the rules of the program where you need to lower the volume on your set. That's only way we'll be able to communicate. You're live. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Thank you so much. I'm Mwape Patrick calling from Muflira.
Mr. Mwape from Muflira. What's your question regarding Munari constituency?
Otherwise, I just want to talk to thank the minister for what he's doing over the water issue. Hello?
We're listening.
Yes.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done. Almost. We want to thank the minister for the way he's working. We are seeing the projects happening in the Copper Belt. We wish him the best. Only thing that we might request is he keeps on checking the management of all the utility companies. I'm sure it will.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm sure we are concentrating on Munari constituency. Today, Honorable Mposha is not wearing a jacket of a minister. Is here in the capacity as Munari Member of Parliament. We appreciate the sentiments, though, but let's restrict ourselves to the constituency. You're live on MP's Diary. Your name and where you're calling us from? Hello, good morning. Your name? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Kindly speak up and just be brief with your question or contribution. Tell us your name.
Hello?
All right, that line is not very clear. If you're able to call us again, feel free to call us back. The number is 07728328122. Let's see if we can push in another caller. You're live. Good morning, and tell us your name and your name, please.
Hello?
Hello, tell us your name and the place where you're calling us from. Hello, good morning. All right, there's some bad connectivity there. Feel free to call us back on 07728328122. We have somebody on the line. You're live on MP's Diary. Your name and tell us where you're calling us from. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name and tell us where you are?
This is Jacobo within Mutendere.
Jacob within Mutendere. Be brief with your question or contribution. Talk to the member here.
Yes, good morning, Honorable.
Good morning, Jacob.
Minister.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I just want to say, Honorable, we appreciate your work, and please keep it up. We know the challenges that we have and the challenges that we had. The problem is that the previous regime did nothing. This is why we have a lot of challenges in Mutendere and Munali constituency. So, Honorable, thank you so much for the job that you are doing. Continue, please, to check on us as Mutendere. Our hope is you to help us, and please let people are happy, appreciating your work. Roads, water, and security, those are the major things in Mutendere. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jacob, for your contribution. Maybe you can quickly respond to the clip that we played earlier on. And
before I go to the clip, let me talk about the issue you had mentioned, you had touched on the road around where the charcoal sellers are.
Yes, in Mutendere area.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been there.
Yes, I've been there.
It's a thorn
I passed
for the people of Mutendere.
Yes, it is, and people have complained a lot. We are checking in terms of what we could do. I think one of the issues is that we want to find an alternative place where first the charcoal traders have to move, because when you look at first not just the state of the road, but the amount of charcoal that is just littered around that place, before we know it, we are going to have serious diseases there, because just walking around that point, you get so choked with the amount of dust coming from the remains of the charcoal cells. So we need to deal with that. But that road itself, we are discussing with RDA to see how they can help us to have the potholes patched, because it's a very, very key road which is helping us to get the traffic to connect from PHI into Kabulonga through Mutendere. And I want to assure the people of Mutendere that once we finish the road we are working on, the Chitukuko Road going to Mutendere East, the Niza Road, the JK Road, and the Market Road in Kalikiriki, after the rains around April, I want us to work on the Mahatma Gandhi Road from Mutendere all the way through Mahatma Gandhi School to join PHI, so that we can have another alternative route. If someone is coming from PHI to go to the other side, to go to Kabulonga, to go to mass media through Mutendere, they should have an alternative link using Mahatma Gandhi Road. So that road, we are going to work on it starting from April.
Are you engaging the local authority? I'm sure there's confusion, more especially to taxi drivers and people the way they park vehicles in that stretch. Also, the other route is the Charleston one, as you go into Karimba Farm.
Yes.
There's some nightclubs there. It's confusion. There's confusion in the night, the way people just park. How are you working with the local authorities?
It's these levels of lawlessness. We are dealing with this. I've had conversations with the town clerk. I've discussed with the mayor of Lusaka, and very soon we are going to deal with that problem. You can't allow a nightclub. It's not even a nightclub. It's a bar, a liquor shop, which is selling liquor to young children, which is selling liquor to anybody, regardless of the age. And then, coupled with that, they even block that half of that road and compel people to use just one lane of the road. So we are dealing with it, and very soon you are going to see that we're going to clamp on that lawlessness.
Quick reaction to the cause?
Yeah, thank you very much. On Karikiriki JK Road, I think Kawewe is happy with the development. That's what I was elected to do. I'm here to ensure that I spearhead development in Munali. At the end of my tenure, I want to look back and say, I promised the people that we're going to work on the roads, and I delivered. I promised the people that we're going to improve on water supply. I want to deliver. So thank you that you are seeing what we are doing, but let's work together. Let's constantly engage each other and ensure that you people must tell me some of the issues that you want me to attend to, because as Member of Parliament, I'm your messenger to ensure that I spearhead the development. Jacob, again, he was appreciating the development he's seeing in Mtendere and Mtendere East. And you must understand, Paulsen, that these issues that are being raised by the people, particularly Jacob in that area, these roads were very bad. As a person who lives in Munali, these are roads that literally were abandoned. And even the contractor, the ZNS officers, when they went in to see these roads, they themselves were not sure, are we going to do these roads? They were so bad. But within just 1 month, a few weeks we have been there, the narrative has changed. People actually even think that we have already finished, but we've just done the formation.
Is it the right time to do the roads, Honorable? Because the period itself, I don't think
it's the rain season. I must apologize that the commencement of these projects has coincided with the rain season because of the processes. First of all, we had to get these projects approved. The process itself is quite long. Secondly, you know, this is government money. For you to spend government money, the Attorney General's office also, the legal advisor to government, must make sure that all these contracts are checked and confirmed. That process cannot be done in 1 day.
But can't you put them on hold? We wait for this period, then you start maybe sometime in March, April?
No. Putting these roads on hold now.
Because we're looking at the period we're in. Because it may be a sheer waste of resources again.
No. The formation. I think what is very good is that the formation has been done. Once we get deeper into the rain season, we'll be able to suspend those that we will have not done. But for these other ones, we've already done more than 50%. What we are just doing now is to put the crusher run on top and compact. The challenge is the road formation. So most of these key roads, I think the critical stage has already passed, and we are grateful that we were doing this at a time that we had a bit of a dry spell. But it was also a blessing, because to work on these roads, you need a bit of moisture content in the soil. You know, so it was good that it had rained a bit, so it gave us a bit of a soft ground. So it was important that we just do these roads. It is important that we do these roads, because people are dying in their homes, failing to go to the hospital because the vehicles are not reaching where they're supposed to reach.
Let's get a few calls, and also I want you to bear in mind the issue to do with security. Obama area, there people are complaining because of theft. The cases have gone up due to lack of...
but just quickly, yes, I know we are talking about Munali Mwape code from Mufulira. I want also to just assure the people of Mufulira, as their Minister of Water, that I know he was talking about the projects we are doing there under the Zambia Water Supply and Sanitation Project. The project in Mufulira, you are right, Mr. Mwape, we have advanced. It's almost at 99% completion, and very soon we'll be commissioning those projects so that we can improve the water supply, we can improve the quality of water the people are receiving. So Mufulira will be attending to you pretty soon in terms of finishing the project.
Let's get to our phone lines and see who is on the line. Remember, it is an interactive program where you, our viewers and our listeners, are able to take part on today's MP's Diary. And today we play host to the Munali lawmaker, Honorable Mike Mposha, as we look at his constituency. You're live on MP's Diary.
Good morning.
Tell us where you're calling us from.
Yeah, I'm calling from Cheston, Chakunkula Ward.
In Chakunkula Ward. What's your name, sir?
Yeah. Monga Munyumbwe.
Mr. Monga Munyumbwe. Just be brief with your contribution, Mr. Monga.
Actually, we are very grateful on our ward and also Munali Munari constituency. The development there is going well.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Monga.
Water, yeah.
We appreciate for your contribution. Feel free to call us on 077-28-32122 if you wish to be part and parcel of today's MP's Diary. The number that we're using is 077-283-2122. You're live on MP's Diary. Your name and where you're calling us from? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, sir. Your name and kindly speak up. Your name again?
Are you with me?
Yes, we are. Tell us your name.
Yes, I'm Calvin Tola from Silabombo. I just want to appreciate that MC. I'm Calvin Tola, Karengule Silabombo. Yes.
We're listening.
Just want to appreciate the MC for what he has done to his constituency. All that he promises the constituency has been done. My surprise to our MC in Silabombo is the Minister of Man, but he has never done anything.
Hello, Mr. Monga. Mr. Monga.
As a minister.
Mr. Monga.
Mr. Minister.
Hello, Mr. Monga. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's restrict ourselves. Let's restrict ourselves to Munali constituency. We'll give a platform to your area member of parliament and we'll be able to bring out those issues. So for today, let's restrict ourselves to Munali constituency. Let's raise issues concerning Munali constituency. And I'm sure a platform will be created for other members of parliament to come and share their vision and appreciate the challenges that the people in those constituencies face. You're live. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Dolby.
Good morning, sir. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Mr. Conrad Njovu. I'm calling you from Chakunkula, what?
Mr. Ndlovu from Chakunkula. Just be brief with your question or contribution. The area member of parliament, your MP is here with us.
Yes, please. Good morning, Honorable Minister.
Good morning, Mr. Njovu. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I just want to, I've got a concern. I'm trying to find out from you, Honorable Minister. We appreciate what you have done in these other roads. Now my concern is the tarmac in the district road.
Yes.
There is a gravel which comes from close to Kapriomba Primary School along the Desco pylon. And very few meters away from it, there is a tarmac that the PF did. Now my concern is that road is very bad and it's even less than a kilometer. Can you consider just maybe replenishing it so that it is smooth up to where the tarmac ended, along the pylon? That's my biggest concern.
Thank you so much. As you take note of those concerns that your people are raising, we did visit Charleston Hospital, and we've been to other places, and other places have benefited in terms of upgrading their health facilities into general hospitals, level 1, level 2. And Charleston Hospital was earmarked for demolition in 2018 for expansion. And staff there, nurses and medical personnel, are complaining they don't have office space because they were told to vacate the building behind the clinic. And what we saw, and the clinic has no incinerator. These are critical issues that CDF can help. What plans do you have for Charleston Clinic, for its expansion and a few facilities that the clinic, the health facility is lacking?
Okay. There were discussions with some cooperating partner who was supposed to come and help with some improvements there. What I just need to do is to make a follow-up with the Minister of Health to see how far that has gone. But obviously, if the hospital management working with the WDCs brought that to our attention that they would want us to help with the construction.
Just look at the clips, Honorable, and I'm sure you'll be able to attest to what we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, we may proceed.
Yes, so if they want us to help us with the construction of the incinerator, we should be able to help. I must mention here that, for example, management of Levi Mwanawasa Hospital has approached us to say they have a challenge. One, they had the challenges of water, which we addressed. Initially, they wanted a borehole, but we couldn't give them a borehole. What we did was to ask Lusaka Water to push up the pressure, and now they are getting proper pressure for the hospital. Secondly, the hospital was not connected to the sanitation network. We facilitated, as we speak, the hospital is now connected to the sanitation network. The other issue they raised with us, with me, with my office, was the issue of the mother's shelter.
Okay.
And
okay.
we have already taken that. So what I'm trying to demonstrate is that the hospital management can approach us through WDCs or straight to my office to bring what they feel we can assist them with in terms of CDF. Obviously, we can't go and start building a part of the hospital, but issues like the construction of the incinerator, I think that can be financed using CDF.
Okay.
So I'll make a follow-up and see what improvements we could do. But I know that I don't want to mention the name of the cooperating partner, because obviously these are issues that are still under discussions, but I need to check how far those have gone. I think that the discussions around there were to do with the improvements of also office accommodation.
Okay, I know we've received quite a number of calls that people raised various issues regarding the constituency, but I know we are pressed on time.
Okay.
I'll request from my director and the producer just to squeeze in, because we did visit a market, that is Seka Seka Market.
Yes.
You've been there before, you've addressed the marketeers there, but it's like the message is falling on deaf ears.
I was a pioneer of that project, actually.
Yeah, very beautiful market. Yes. But let's with the permission of my producer, let's push in and hear from our mothers at that market and the challenges that they are facing.
Ineni pezika mkaunda square market stage 1 Seka Seka market. So vuto amnetini nayo kuna mnanga tindizire kwa mposa. 1 dot market mabini sivapyanga vakanso mabini kuja rifuru mulivo kuja muli mabini. 2 market ino vanamanga bati vantu sofuna nkala market nchito vagulisira panja wonse kugulisa kuno ni mavuto tifuna usunga vana wonse tikankala muno market tizamba ugulisa ngati vari panja ise tiri muno ife sitigulisa bati veve panja vagulisa so wonse tikangena tinkala muno market na vuto kwa panja che mumazuru vakavilisa ndawa ndiye vileta problem wakawauza msichoka mmazuru 10 hours vachoka wakanso polisi valipo but pabeve va 7
masuzi ayo tili nayo imuno Mseka Seka market kulibe matebo mwajionera gali empute matebo mulije vantu market iwemi koma tinana panja muno mkati ati mulibe malonda koma malonda gali panja lomba tizachita bwanji ise tili mkati banzatu wali kupanja ise muno sitigulisa banzatu wachoka muno wapanga ndalama panja wachoka mula watenga mochabe vintu muno ni mugaraja yo ikamo vikatundu tinakamba nawa MP kuti muti yanganira bwanji banakamba ati ai 2 wiki koma 2 wiki ingopita sivatitandiza so tifuna tandizo market ya bwino ino.
Honorable, that's my grandmother there.
Yes.
I'm sure you've heard her cry.
Yes.
You've been there, you told them 2 weeks.
Yes.
Your quick reaction.
You see, it's again the issue of the lawlessness that has been there and is still going on, where a beautiful market, prior to the construction of this market, we had a shelter, a trading shelter, which was almost killing people. And I spoke about it before the 2016 elections. I said, when I take over, I'm going to build this market. But my competitors then saw the message and how people were taking the message, and quickly they moved in, listened to my message, and constructed this market. Beautiful trading place, but people are opting to sell outside. Now, what is causing this? The people who have the shops around the market are the ones that are accommodating the vendors. So the illegal vending outside is what has created this problem. So we are discussing with Lusaka City Council. And Lusaka City Council, they are the enforcers of the bylaws. They create the bylaws and they must enforce. You've heard, council police officers are there and they are allowing it. They are going outside to tax, to collect levies from people who are trading illegally, and
but
that is what is creating a
Honorable,
problem.
As much as we appreciate the local authorities' role, but at the end of the term,
my brother, the role of a member of parliament is to come here to parliament to make laws,
but you also to engage
spearhead,
stakeholders.
development, to engage stakeholders. I've engaged the stakeholders. I've told Lusaka City Council. I've told the mayor of Lusaka about the illegality that is happening.
So what's the solution?
Wait a minute. On the district road, I expect that the mayor and Lusaka City Council should move and clear the illegality and compel people to where they are supposed to trade from. The people of Kaunda Square and us to work together to stop street vending, particularly that we have already constructed the market for them. The same applies to Kamanga compound. We have finished under CDF. We have a trading place, a trading shelter there, but people are still selling outside, and I want to appeal to them that let's go into the market.
A quick, as we wind up, Honorable Member, maybe just quick reaction to the calls that you, maybe under a minute.
Thank you. The other ones where Monga was appreciating the development going on there. Thank you very much. Mr. Njovu talked about the road along the ZESCO pylons. I will check with the councillor. I will also check with the WDCs, and time allowing, I'll personally go and check and see what can be done. Before I can make a commitment, I need to assess that road. And you must also understand that the ZESCO pylons is talking about, that is our boundary between Munali and Chongwe. So I really want to be sure that the road which is being mentioned is falling under my constituency, so we'll be able to have that assessed. So as I conclude, there are many challenges, and I'm equal to the task, and I want to just appeal to the people of Munali constituency that what is very important is when we call for meetings, particularly planning meetings, are very, very important for people to come along. Mtendere itself, when you hear the cries that have been in Mtendere, when I went into Mtendere to go and tell them about my vision and the roads that we wanted to select, the attendance was very, very poor. And I understand, because over the years, people had lost confidence in the leadership. Politicians go in, tell people things, and they don't implement. I would just ask them to judge me different. Give me some space. Let's meet. When we call for meetings, let the people show up, so that what I'm implementing should not just be things that are coming from my head, but it should be things that, together with them, we must agree that we want to work on the roads, we want to work on the markets, we want to work on water, on sanitation. These things must be coming from themselves. That is the whole point of decentralization, that you must have decisions coming from the bottom. You must also have resources put in the constituencies, and together with the people, attend to the challenges.
Honorable, thank you so much for finding time from your busy schedule just to interact with the people and also to be with us on this platform.
I'm grateful to you for giving me this platform, and I want to thank the viewers and the listeners for interacting with us. How I wish we had enough time to talk about many issues, but
time will never be enough to a politician.
Time is never enough.
Wishing you all the best as you continue serving the people of Munali.
Thank you.
We're done for today. We'll be back next week at the same time as we look at yet another interesting constituency. Remember, there's a program that is designed to appreciate the challenges and successes that these constituencies dotted across the country face. My name is Paul Sentendovi. On behalf of my sign language interpreter, today we played host to Munali Member of Parliament, Honorable Mike Mposha. Stay safe and continue watching Parliament and listening to Parliament Radio.
is greatness on high rotation. This is the DSTV Nation.
Take it away.
We start with the moment, and we own it. We devote it. We black and we proud. BET, and it's loud. The music, the magic, just fanatic. It's Illmatic. Then we amaze and we blaze with the craziest craze and the craziest kids that cook and create in the craziest vids, learning stuff that we wish that we did. Then beware, we're in for a scare. It's a ghostly affair. You'll laugh and you'll scream, split at the